new Liger is born. This helix Zoid is the new Gylo's born. With claws, jaws, and blades, he will charge and strike. So say hello to Blade Liger, hellish fight. Till now the Zoidstar has run amok, with its charger prodigal gone a home stuck. Or they did till Blade Liger made the scene, as his laser blade shines shimmering clean. Son of the organoid system you are, Blade Liger, the new helicopter star. Shot the Gylo's force, leave a laser scar. Crush Zoids, spread your fame afar. Son of the organoid system you are, Blade Liger, the new helicopter star. Shot the Gylo's force, leave a laser scar. Crush Zoids, spread your fame afar. Ferocious machine spirits you roar, Blade Liger leaves behind Gylo's Zoids core. Even Zoidstar now respects you, as you wear the Republic emblem true. But now comes your greatest match yet to face. Breaker, next step in the arms race. Build the fights up close, he's your nemesis. You'll need upgrades to send into the abyss. Son of the organoid system you are, Blade Liger, the new helicopter star. Charge the Gylo's force, leave a laser scar. Crush Zoids, spread your fame afar. The attack boosters, you getting close, even if you're only fit for the pros. Breaker and Blade Liger close the gap. Slice him to pieces before you are scrapped. Son of the organoid system you are, Blade Liger, the new helicopter star. Charge the Gylo's force, leave a laser scar. Crush Zoids, spread your fame afar. Son of the organoid system you are, Blade Liger, the new helicopter star. Charge the Gylo's force, leave a laser scar. Crush Zoids, spread your fame afar. Son of the organoid system you are, Blade Liger,